Japan and China's long testy relations have worsened in recent days, following comments by new Premier Sanae Takaichi about a possible attack by Beijing on Taiwan. Before taking power last month, Takaichi, an acolyte of ex-Premier Shinzo Abe, was a vocal critic of China and its military build-up in the Asia-Pacific. She has been a regular at a shrine that honors Japan's war dead, including those guilty of crimes in World War II, that is seen by Asian nations as a symbol of Japan's militaristic past. Japan's first woman prime minister has visited Taiwan in the past and met Taipei's representative at a recent APEC summit. She also held talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping at the same event. Her comments on November 7th were widely interpreted as implying that an attack on Taiwan, which is just 100 kilometers from the nearest Japanese island, could warrant Tokyo's military support. If a Taiwan emergency entails, Takaichi told Parliament, battleships and the use of force, then that could constitute a situation threatening the survival, any way you slice it. Takaichi said, "The so-called Taiwan contingency has become so serious that we have to anticipate the worst-case scenario." Japan's self-imposed rules say that it can only act militarily under certain conditions, including an existential threat. Wang Hongjian, a political analyst at National Cheng Kung University in Taiwan, said the comments sent a very strong message to China. Japan is no longer just standing by and watching. He added, "The probability of Japan intervening to deter China and prevent any military action by China around the Taiwan Strait has increased significantly." Beijing insists Taiwan, which was occupied for decades by Japan until 1945, is part of its territory and has not ruled out the use of force to seize control. In a now-removed post on X, the Chinese Consul General in Osaka Sui Jian threatened to cut off that dirty neck, apparently referring to Takaichi. Tokyo lodged a protest, and Takaichi's ruling party passed a resolution calling for the envoy to be declared persona non grata. Beijing's foreign ministry called on Japan to retract the unjustified remarks, warning otherwise that the consequences must be borne by the Japanese side. A day later, China said it had summoned the Japanese ambassador to make serious démarches about the erroneous remarks. The foreign ministry said, "If anyone dares to interfere with China's unification cause in any form, China will surely strike back hard." In response, Japan said that its position on Taiwan was unchanged and that it continues to urge peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Tokyo normalized diplomatic ties with Beijing in 1972, but relations have long been dogged by historical issues. Japan also has a warm relationship with Taipei. Previous sitting Japanese prime ministers have avoided commenting directly on Taiwan's defense, choosing instead to maintain strategic ambiguity. Similarly, the United States has long been deliberately ambiguous on whether it would deploy its military to defend Taiwan, although former President Joe Biden repeatedly suggested he would order the US military to intervene if China moved on the island.